2, 3. This time of day, everything's okay. I take a long look around, I have to say.
Hello, welcome to your friends and neighbors. I am your host, Willy Jones, and we're doing something a little bit different today. On Facebook lately, I've been noticing that Chris Bates has a restaurant at his house. Or it's not really a restaurant, but they call it a restaurant because they have a lot of people come in and they share meals here. And one day, and I call it Shea Bates, and a couple weeks ago, talking with Ryan Scutt, who is production coordinator at CAT-TV, I said, you know, I keep seeing this about the restaurant at Chris Bates' house. I wonder what if we could maybe do a show? And we could, I don't know, I could do a show, maybe he could get a show, and then you said, oh, we got time, we can get all kinds of shows out of this. So what we've been doing today, we have been making a very beautiful meal for all of us to share. Unfortunately, we will be eating this in front of you. I'm so sorry.
Why don't we check out those cooking videos that shows us all producing the meals?
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So let's we can go ahead and do that, and then we'll come back maybe.
Okay, sure.
And I've decided that we're really not to blame for the love that's deep inside us now. It's still the same. And the sound we make together is the music to the story in your eyes. It's been shining down upon me now. I realize. Listen to the tide slowly turning. Wash your heartaches away.
Hey, another edition of Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped in the Kitchen. I'm going to teach everybody how to make this kick-ass dressing for a nice tossed salad, okay? I have my romaine lettuce, I have avocado, I have tomato, I have garlic, I have some seedless cucumbers, which I want to show you. But anyway, let's make this dressing first, okay? I'm going to move some stuff around. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, I love avocado oil. It is great tasting. It's better than olive oil, for me at least, because it's a little bit lighter, has great flavor. So you're going to want to use avocado oil. So what I do is I use about, I'm going to go a little over a quarter cup. It's great because you don't want to overdo your lettuce, whatever you do. Too much salad dressing kind of, ruins it. So I'm going to go with that, a little over a quarter cup, okay? And the other main secret ingredient is a good red wine vinegar. Okay, this is my favorite one right here. I love this stuff. You don't want too much. You only want maybe like a tablespoon of it, a little over a tablespoon. So because I make this all the time, I can eyeball it pretty good, a little bit. So I don't know, can you see that? That's about all you put in, okay? That's all you need with a good red wine vinegar. It tastes great, folks. I'm telling you, it tastes great. So then, it's pretty simple. What I also like to do is I love garlic. So I'm going to put in 3 cloves of garlic, but I'm going to use my slap chopper. I love this thing. This is like one of my favorite things ever. So, it's perfect. Look at that. Can you see that? Okay, so we love garlic. I'm going to go ahead and throw this in here. There's nothing better than a nice garlic flavored Italian dressing, okay? So I'll get rid of this, put it in the sink. Then what I do is a little bit of salt, which I eyeball. So you don't want too much. You want about like that. Teaspoon. That's it. Kosher salt works good. So does sea salt. You want to throw that in there. Basil. I love basil. This stuff I grew in our garden. I dehydrated. I dehydrate all of my leafy stuff. So cilantro, basil, parsley. We make it all here at the restaurant. Okay. All right. So, and I love basil, and a lot of people like it. It's got this like licorice flavor, smell. It's really good. Fresh basil. So I dumped that in, which is quite awesome. And then, one of my favorites, a stone mustard. You gotta put in a stone mustard. Now in Iowa, in the Midwest, they make what's called bogies. I love bogies. They don't have it out here, so the closest I can come to is this Creole mustard. It's very good. You don't want to put much in, okay? So you're only going to put in maybe 1 teaspoon, okay? Like right about there. And then you're going to mix this up. Just going to mix it up, and you're going to let it want to set for about 15 minutes, because what happens is the garlic, the vinegar, the mustard, the salt, the basil, everything starts to go really good. Okay, and it starts to come into a really nice look. See that? Tell me that's not nice. Oh, it's awesome. Right there. So that's our dressing. Simple, easy. Takes 2 minutes. I think about 2 minutes. So now we're going to make our salad. How simple is that? Romaine. We're going to put that out of the way. So we want romaine lettuce. Don't use iceberg, please. It's worthless. It's junk. I complain about it all the time. They should stop carrying it. It's not good for anything. So we're going to go ahead and cut all this up. I prefer to cut it than tear it, because when you tear it, big pieces, you're trying to shove it in your pie hole. It's not going to work. So anyway, I like to cut mine up. And buy the good romaine, because it's already washed, it's cleaned. They take care of everything. That way you're not destroying the actual leafy substance to the lettuce, because what happens is when you wet it, it gets soggy. So you don't want to do that. So buy the stuff that's already cleaned, which is what we do. Okay? So I just cut it up in these really nice pieces, like so. Throw it all in this bowl, right? Just like that. So this is the kind of piece you're going to get out of it, just to show everybody. See, it's kind of nice. It's easy. Put it on your fork. It's good stuff. All right, so then I like cucumbers. So here's a little trick. It's kind of cool. So sometimes I want stripes in my cucumbers, or sometimes I want grooves, and it's great. Because what I do is I take my fork, and you gouge your cucumber. See what I'm doing here with my fork? Okay, it's kind of neat. So I'm doing this, and a lot of people always are like, well, what are you doing? Well, today, because we have people at the restaurant, we are going to go ahead and have a special type of cucumber, right? So I use seedless cucumbers. They taste better, they're sweeter, all right? So what happens is when you cut it, you'll see, I don't know if you'll see all the little lines in it, but you can see the lines. It's really cool. So anyway, we cut them up, just however you want to do it. Thick, thin. You know, I didn't feel like doing this professional thing today, so we're going with this. Cut them all up. It's got these really cool lines in it. You know, a lot of people just peel like around it, or they peel them completely, but you got to have some texture with your cucumbers, because why not have a texture on it instead of this bland tasting veggie, right? Okay, so throw all these in here. You know, it's kind of neat, and they look really cool when they're all done in here. Okay, so we got our cucumbers, right? Got our cucumbers. And then we got to have tomato. Who doesn't have tomato in their salad? So there's a couple ways you can cut them. I like wedges. So I learned this from my buddy who has a Greek restaurant. And I was like, hey, show me how you guys do this. So it's really, really cool how you do it. So I don't know if you can see this, but what you do is you cut it in half and then spin it. And then half again, okay? Now, you take one of your quarters, and then what you do is you kind of look at it, and then you get these really nice little wedges. See that? Look at that, folks. Look at that. That's what I'm talking. Okay? So, here, here. And if they're too big, you can even, you know, cut them up even smaller yet. But I love that because, you know, it's like this way, this way, this way, this way, okay? How awesome is this? Look at that. And I love salads. I could eat these things every frickin' day, just so you know that, okay? So, throw them in. Now, we're not going to put the dressing on until we're ready to eat it because I don't want the salad to get soggy, okay? Remember, if you wet the lettuce, it becomes soggy, and you don't want that, okay? So I have another tomato. I usually like to put 2 of them in there. So, here again. But I'm really a professional, so sometimes I can do it even like this and show everybody, because I love this. All right? But even if they're still kind of big, because a lot of times these tomatoes are big, so you're going to want to splice those in half. See this? Okay? See how easy it is? Now I sound like that Yang Can Cook. Oh, you see how I do this? See? Again, I do. See? Again, I do. And you keep cutting until you get them all done, okay? I do, right? All right, so that one's pretty nice too, so. All right, so then you throw all these in there. And then as far as the avocado goes, I'm going to wait till we're ready to eat, and I'll cut those up and put them in because they have a tendency to turn brown, and I don't want to put lemon juice on my salad. So, there you have it. How simple is that? A great salad dressing, a great tossed salad, which we'll all mix up after we put our dressing on. And there you have it. So in a little while, we're going to show you exactly how everything all comes together. All right, folks, we'll be back with more right after this.
There's a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stays a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes, odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man, they've given you a number
that you find. A pretty face.
Welcome back to Cooking with Scuttle. Today we have a very special guest, Willy Jones from Your Friends and Neighbors, and we are going to make something awesome, homemade pasta just for you.
I've never done such a thing, and I'm really looking forward to it.
All we need for this recipe is our pasta maker, and we have 1 pound of flour and 5 eggs. Crack some eggs into the center, a nice well formed here, 5 eggs.
Ooh, you're good.
When do you want to crack one, Willie?
You know, I don't really want to because I don't want shells in my pasta. Hamlet was written
5.
by Shakespeare, not omelet.
Kind of get those eggs mixed. All right, so I'm gonna start bringing in that flour. You can feel that there's already a dough developed.
Oh yeah. Now you're gonna get some hands in there, huh?
We don't want it too wet.
Oh, fresh pasta is great.
So now we're kind of working this together, pressing it nicely. Now we're gonna work on this flat surface. Just toss some flour here.
I know a lot of women love making baking bread because they said it relieves stress and you can take it out on your dough. There's a story behind the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I hear his wife has one in the oven.
Yep.
We've got our dough the way we want it, a nice good consistency. Wrap this in some plastic wrap to keep it from drying out. And we need to let this rest for 30 minutes. Dough has rested for 30 minutes and we're ready to roll again.
And you got about 1.5 pounds.
We cut off a small piece of dough, little pieces at a time. It's going to roll out, you'll see it gets really large. Roll it through at the largest or thickest setting here a couple times first.
There are a lot of things that go from small to large.
Fold the dough in thirds like a letter and roll 3 to 5 times at the widest setting. Roll at each thickness setting from widest to thinnest without skipping any. When dough reaches desired thickness, cut into pasta of choice. We're gonna roll out some fettuccine.
Fettuccine.
That's the right way to say it.
Fettuccine. I'm the catcher, you're the pitcher. Ah, that was your best batch.
Beautiful pasta, homemade. This is freaking awesome. Now roll out and cut the rest of your pasta dough to finish up. Ready for spaghetti, Willie? Nice, look at that. That is beautiful. Let this dry on a rack. You can use a pasta hanger as well. It needs to dry for at least an hour or so. That is how you make homemade pasta. Pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Now I help.
Salt some water, bring it to a boil, toss in your pasta and boil for just a few minutes until it's al dente.
We're gonna sit down and eat all this, folks. This is exciting.
This is going to pair very nicely with a homemade bolognese sauce. You can check that in a different video. Thank you for joining me and Willy Jones. Tune in next time and we'll teach you how to make something else.
Food porn.
Welcome back to Cooking with Scuttle. We recently made with Willy Jones some homemade pasta, and now it's time for the sauce. Thank you very much, Graziana, for the bolognese sauce recipe. And this one's tweaked a little bit, but it's gonna be awesome. With about a tablespoon of olive oil, pour that in your pan and brown the beef. I've got about 2 pounds here. You can do smaller batches. Break up the beef into small chunks as you cook. Salt the meat to taste. Traditionally, there are not a lot of spices. The flavor comes from the beef here. So we're browning this up nicely. I'm gonna add a little more spices than you'd traditionally find. This is gonna be great, nice and flavorful. Fresh ground black pepper. Again, I'm only adding this because I want to. This is probably not something you'd find in a traditional recipe. A little crushed red pepper for a minor kick. That is some nice beef. We don't want this to be too chunky, so break it up into little tiny pieces. Oh yes. Like I said, this is a very simple recipe. This is my homemade sauce, all veggies from my garden. This has more stuff than you traditionally find in this sauce. Traditionally, you would use mostly a tomato sauce, so kind of a plain tomato sauce. Here's for the good stuff, some red wine. You can use dry white wine as well. Just a splash, maybe half a cup or less. I can smell it already. This smells awesome. And that should cook down, so you're gonna let this simmer for about 45 minutes. Your house is gonna smell awesome and this is gonna taste great. It's worth the wait. That is how you make homemade, not so traditional bolognese sauce. Thank you very much, Graziana. This is going to taste great with the homemade pasta we made in a previous episode. Tune in next time and I will teach you how to make something else. Blah, 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 blah.
Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped is brought to you in part by Shady Creek Lures. When in doubt, catch them.
Hey, welcome into this edition of Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped in the Kitchen. And folks, today what a treat we have. I'm going to make blueberry cobbler. It's easy, very few items that you need, and it's going to taste great. So why don't we just get started right away. The first thing you're going to want to do, a 9 by 9 pan. I wouldn't go any bigger. You want something because cobbler is supposed to be intimate. Just remember that, intimate. So you're going to use a little pan like so. What I do is I melt my butter, okay? So with my butter, I pour it in the bottom of the pan, like so, okay? So we're pouring our butter in the pan. I'm going to throw this right in the sink. So we let that sit over here while you're making your batter. Now I use 1.5 cups of King Arthur flour. I find that King Arthur flour is really, really good. And for those of you guys in the Midwest, you're going to choose probably Gold Label or something along those lines. So then what you do is you want 1 cup of milk, all right? Any kind of milk, skim milk, whole milk, whatever kind of milk you want, okay? You're going to pour that in. And then sugar. So when you make peach cobbler, you're going to put it on the range here in a pot. You're going to cut your peaches up and cook them in there and kind of soften them up. But with blueberries, we don't have to do that. So we are going to skip that cooking part. So what I use is 1/2 cup of sugar into our batter. And you want to mix it up really, really good. So it doesn't take all that long. So you're going to just whip it up. Look how easy this is. I mean, come on. How long does this take, right? You can have a great dessert in under an hour. And then what we do is we like vanilla ice cream with it too. It's killer. Absolutely killer. So you're going to want to keep making it as smooth as you can, okay? And you're going to have the consistency of pancake batter. That's the secret. Pancake batter. So, and then, you know what, if you have the right products, this thing here, I'm going to show you what that looks like. I think I got that right there. It's kind of like a pancake batter. See how that is? And you want to make sure that it's all really good. So now, for the blueberry cobbler, oh, and you want lemon juice too. Sorry, I almost forgot. You want to put a tablespoon of lemon juice in it. Okay, I put lemon juice in it. For some reason, it makes it taste good. Don't ask me why. It tastes good. So I want to give that a good mix. Okay, so now my batter's all done. And then what I want to do is I want to use my blueberries, obviously, okay? Some people are pretty fanatical about their blueberries. I'm just like, dump them in. So that's what we're doing. We're dumping them in. Throw that over here. And we're going to mix all this up, okay? Look at that. Ooh. I'm thinking that looks pretty darn good, okay?
Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forever.
We're going to go ahead and dump our batter right on top of the butter. Ooh, you gotta have this butter. Look at this. Okay? How easy is this? Look at this. Blueberry cobbler, folks, is like the easiest thing to make ever in your lifetime. So then what you want to do is I kind of move it around a little. Okay, so we want to spread it around the pan. And it's okay about the butter because the butter's going to go right in. Alrighty. Okay. And that's it. And then you put it in your oven at 375 and you cook it for 40 minutes. And there you have it. So that will take you through a great evening of stuffing your face with peach cobbler or blueberry cobbler.
You can redo that part.
All right, so you'll be stuffing your face with blueberry cobbler.
If you looked at them, folks, you'll notice that we have this delicious salad that Chris made, and his secret ingredient is avocado oil. I'd never heard of avocado oil. We have this wonderful bolognese sauce that Ryan has, yes, lovely Vanna showing it. Yes, a bolognese sauce that he made. And then he made fresh pasta. And I helped a little bit, but not much. I was sort of in the way, but so yeah. So I think we got a nice Italian meal here. We got a little wine. Maybe we should make a little toast. Who wants to make a toast? Anybody? I bet
I'm not
Chris
a
has-
toaster.
You're not a toaster? Oh, I thought you'd be a good toaster.
Oh, no.
So this is how we do the real. This is where I come from. This is how we toast. I'll teach you all.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
throw it over your
It's
shoulder?
TNA. TNA.
Okay.
Top. I'll just say the appropriate way. Top and bottom.
Okay.
But you can use your imagination. T and A.
Oh, I know what that is.
It's like a truck stop.
Oh,
And
okay.
bottom.
Well,
Okay.
I thought it's something else.
Got that.
Okay. All right. Well,
That's good. I don't know much about
Ooh,
wine, but
I
that's
don't
good.
either. That's a pretty good wine.
Thank you, Willie. Willie
It
brought
tastes
the
good.
wine.
Wow, folks,
Yeah.
this is good.
Gotta have a nice red wine with
All right, well, I'm digging in.
Let's go ahead.
All right?
All right.
I'm digging in.
everything is looking good.
Willie, do you want the fettuccine or do you want the linguine spaghetti stuff?
Oh, I'll try the fettuccine. That was the
Are
first
they-
one that we were.
They're different.
Did you make both of these?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That's-
my
that's-
goodness. So I've been out there working, and you guys have been in here
Working.
all
You want
afternoon.
the
I'm
big
like,
noodles or the
what
little
took
ones?
so long? I want to try a little of each.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going
I'll
to
have to try a little bit of each.
do. Yeah.
Sure.
It's
It's
awesome.
piping hot. It's great.
Oh, this is.
Yeah, you better blow on it if it's
Oh, that's a little tongue in cheek. It is
great.
very hard.
You want some of these?
Oh, what the heck, I throw a
Right
little
there, too.
spaghetti on there.
Very good.
Oh,
You can mix that up a little bit. You know, some of the tomatoes are on the bottom there.
I'll scoop
I
all
love
Look at
pasta.
those. I know.
I
Can't go wrong with pasta.
All right.
just
I'm
love
gonna
it.
try.
Now, have you got some spaghetti there too?
And
Or you wanna
we
put
have
that
some
back
of
down
this.
there?
Oh,
I
look
don't
at
want
this
some spaghetti.
beautiful sauce.
Now, we don't look at our phones at the table.
I'm keeping time like we do in the studio.
Oh, okay. All right.
That is okay.
Okay, we don't want any talking.
Right.
So what's
Except for
what's in
us.
your sauce, Ryan?
So this
Oh, it
sauce
sounds
is,
wonderful.
it's actually supposed to be very, very basic. So Graziana, my former college professor, said the flavor comes from the meat and the way you brown the meat and cook it,
Oh.
simmer the tomatoes nice
Yeah.
and slow. But then she said you can also use your homemade sauce. So I had homemade tomato sauce from this past garden season. So there are more chunks, more veggies than you might find in a traditional bolognese sauce. So this is kind of a newer version or different version
Wow.
of that. But basically,
Yeah.
browned meat, tomatoes, in this case homemade sauce, and
Looks
of
great.
course you use olive oil to cook it and things. And this does have my peppers and different things from the garden as well, but not the hot peppers.
Not the hot
Wow.
peppers.
I don't think I
Good.
put-
Thank you for warning
Yeah.
me. I
I'm going to put this right over here.
I'll take the sauce.
When
as well,
I
please.
open my next jar of ragu, I'm going to check and see if there's carrots in there.
And there are carrots in this, which there wouldn't be traditionally.
right.
I like that idea.
Some
Everyone
nice
like sauce?
bread.
Nice bread.
I'm going to take a little
Bread.
whiff. Oh, God, that smells good.
Isn't it?
It smells wonderful. Thank
It
you.
is.
Bit
It's
of
awesome.
bread here.
Yeah.
Manja.
Manja.
God, I've never had a chance to say that, I don't think.
I'm going to have my salad.
And
Right.
everyone's
For
got
those who
bread.
don't know, manja
maybe
means
we
eat
should do
in
it.
Italian.
All
We
right.
should do a Polish and French and Chinese and
So Steph, you're Italian, right?
I am Italian.
with the name Calabro.
Yes.
Now, there's a town in Italy, Calabria, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, does Calabro, were there Calabros
There
in
is a town
Calabria?
called Calabro too.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna put this right over here.
Calabria, around Calabria,
Mmm.
Oh, okay.
which is in the
Good job, Ryan.
southern part of Italy.
Should be good.
And then my mother's family is from the northern part of Italy. So the cuisines are very different from the
All
northern
right, I'm digging
and the
in.
southern.
Try it out.
Well, I knew your family was involved somehow with music, and Chris earlier today told me that your mother and father were very involved. Actually, your father started Sage Symphony.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
He did, way back, a long, long time ago.
We play that on CAT-TV.
They're
A lot of their performances.
Right, now Michael Finkel is the director now, but he-
I've done a couple shows with him. I did years ago. Michael Finkel actually taught me the tuba.
Those are really good.
Peter and the Wolf. That was fun.
Wow.
And
Well-
it has a little kick to it. That's really nice. I like it.
This is delicious.
Well, you're here finally at the Outdoor Secrets Unwrapped Restaurant.
That's right.
It's awesome.
Anybody want some crushed red peppers?
You know,
No, I didn't
not
know that.
everybody really does get an invite. We have to have very special people that come here.
Well, I sort of invited.
You invited yourself, but that's
I
okay
invited
too.
myself.
If you invite yourself, you're more than welcome.
I just thought, well, this, I don't know, it sounds like an interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
We could expand food on CAT-TV.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome.
That you
hard
you
to
could
talk
explain
in
that salad dressing again.
Oh, you like that?
It's very good.
So it's olive oil, or I mean avocado oil. Okay. It's basil. It's some salt, about a teaspoon of salt, and some stone mustard and garlic, fresh garlic. I crushed it up with
Vinegar, right?
and red wine vinegar. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, your dog Toro can't be here to share with us.
No.
No, because he'd be obnoxious.
No, he's a nice dog.
He'd have his head right here on the
He
table.
came right in and hugged me or got right up next to me. It's great.
Then you were snuggling on the floor.
Sure. Well, no. No, because then you'd have to, like you two, I had to.
Oh, Ryan and I, we do our thing. Right.
I made a great entrance into the house today. I missed a step. I went down flat with flowers, bread, wine. Straight up my arm.
He hurt
Good.
his arm but didn't break anything.
No, I didn't break a
The
thing.
wine wasn't
I
even
am
broken?
sore, but I did take a little ibuprofen. But I had 45 minutes ago. But nothing was going to stop me from eating this delicious food. Now, what do you think the difference is between this nice fresh pasta and the store-bought?
This is real.
Well, yeah, I know. But
This is
do you think the texture? What about the texture?
I think I probably could have cooked the spaghetti a little like I probably could have taken it out a little sooner. But I think the texture in the fettuccine here is great.
It is.
I also
It's
could have dried it
wonderful.
longer, I think. But yeah, I think the texture it's a rich flavor. It's very dense. It's probably more filling, but I don't know if that's a fact or anything. But what do you guys think?
I don't know. I like it.
No, it's
You know,
wonderful.
Well, there are some like homemade style pastas in the, I don't know, some section of the grocery store that isn't, your dried pasta. But there's nothing like fresh made. Nothing tastes like it.
It's definitely the texture. The texture of the noodles is way different than something that's already pre-made that you buy at the store.
And this
I
is
love the
rolled
kick in
out.
the sauce.
Yep.
What was that?
I like that kick in the sauce.
You like it? Yeah, and the fettuccine is pretty thick. I didn't roll it out as much as the other noodles. We could have gone much thinner, which I think would have totally changed the texture.
Yeah. Pretty good though.
Oh yeah, I like the thicker noodles.
Now,
So with this pasta maker, you can make make lasagna, you can make ravioli. You roll out the dough and then do whatever you want with it. Really, you can cut shapes out. You can. I think there are other fittings that can make different shapes and things too. What were you saying? Sorry.
I can't remember now, but when you said ravioli, I was thinking, I know a lot of people now like to have the lobster ravioli. That seems to be a big
I like
thing.
lobster.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not. I was
not a
telling Chris
lobster.
late earlier today. I like scallops and shrimp and stuff like that. But now, preparing this nice fresh meal like this, the ingredients and everything that went into it, is this cheaper? I'm assuming this is cheaper than the four of us going out for dinner,
Absolutely.
even with the wine included too.
Like going out to dinner is expensive. It's nice once in a while, because this is a lot of work.
That's a good point. The work factor. Yeah. I think if we were to buy a bottle of wine at a restaurant, each get a dish of pasta, salad, bread. I mean, what do you think the cost would be by the time we're done with our 2 glasses of wine or something?
Right.
We're talking well over $100 for 4 people.
Easily.
This is probably
Easily.
30 or 40 max. I mean, the meat I think was a little pricey. It's local beef, definitely worth the investment. But like, the pasta itself is a pound of flour and 5 eggs, and you get. I mean, at a restaurant to purchase that much pasta would be with the sauce would be a ton of money.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. And besides, it's like an event. I mean, it's like you invite your friends and everybody pitches in and you're making a meal. So
it's entertainment
and the meal. Because just eating, I don't know, I don't even like to go out to eat very much anymore unless we're going out with other people that we could talk to. And but if it's just us, really, I mean, we talk all day. We're that's enough.
Do you do a lot of cooking too, Steph? Or Chris said that you're the baker.
I like to bake.
You're the baker of the family.
I like to bake cakes.
Yep.
Yeah.
What about pie?
I like pies too.
Oh.
Yeah, I could do those.
My wife couldn't roll the dough out for like flubber money.
That is difficult.
She does make a killer chicken cacciatore though.
Oh, that sounds good.
As seen on CAT-TV.
Yes,
right, we did that.
Yeah,
Christmas
it was.
time.
Oh, that's right, you did. I remember that.
Yeah, he likes to cook, so I don't cook.
She loves it. She's like, go do it.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll tell you.
It's how he de-stresses at the end of the day.
I'm not much of a cook at the moment because my oven doesn't work and I only have 2 burners.
No.
So I need to go and get a stove. Then maybe I'd start, being a little more adventuresome. I mean, I can boil water, I can make pasta, I can do a pork chop, hamburgers, hot dog. I found out that Chris today is a big fan of hot dogs.
I love
I
it.
like hot dogs too. I'm a big fan of hot dogs.
Yeah, there are a lot of differences in hot dogs. We found, we were shopping at at BJ's.
Yeah.
We went to BJ's and we go there every once in a while.
Terrible name for this place. But
I know, but
I think it's a great name.
I do too. What does it mean anyway? What does BJ mean?
Billy Joe?
Yeah.
Billy Joe's,
That's
Billy
what-
Joe's big box store over there.
Big jock store.
Big jock store.
I don't like wine, but I like this wine.
It's sweet. Isn't
I'm not
it?
a big
Nice.
That's why I like it. It's sweet.
If we were doing a show on wine, what would you say about this, like the taste test?
Jeez, I don't
You're asking a beer drinker about wine.
That's an interesting
Right.
component, just like getting a chef to taste beer. You get a really cool conversation going that way.
They
So-
talk about it if a wine has legs.
Do you know what that means?
I don't see legs.
It's when you get the ribbons down the side of the
Right. But
glass.
do you see legs? I don't.
I do.
Oh, do you?
I
Okay.
see some nice.
All right, a little bit. Okay.
Nice.
If I do this, I'm likely to just spill it.
Right, well, that's what I think, yeah.
We won't see this in the camera, but we have. See those legs?
Right.
Those are legs.
Yeah, that's
My
what I
legs.
saw.
Okay, the wine has legs.
Huh.
Yep.
Very good.
She's got.
I don't know
legs.
much.
She's
but
got legs.
I do know
She knows
about
how to use them.
Yep.
Stop.
I know a lot of stuff.
You were thinking it.
Come on. Yep.
I feel a little guilty sitting here eating and people watching.
I know, we're just like, hey, well, we have nothing to say right now because
Yeah.
we need to eat this. It's really good.
Do you think this was a successful first run for pasta?
I
Oh,
absolutely
it's
do.
okay with me.
Okay.
I absolutely do.
It's
And you know me, right? All the shows we do, we're always kind of like, how's this taste? How's that taste?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
good to have the feedback,
Yeah,
right?
it's very good.
Have you guys seen that beer show?
Uh-huh.
Have you seen it, Willie?
No.
Have you heard about it at your
I've heard-
board
no,
meetings?
No, I know. Yeah, I know about it.
the beer
So
show.
that beer show is a new CAT-TV produced series, monthly. It's all about beer. It's not just about brewing. It's about the culture that surrounds the craft beer world. So
Right.
it's really cool. It's like
Yeah.
we went to a tap house. We tasted some beers from Vermont and even Colorado.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
We had a lot of fun, and honestly, it was actually really efficient. The production was very efficient.
Yep.
Now it's mostly edited, so next time when we're shooting again in a week for
So
the,
who's
the
doing
next
that
episode,
show?
William is the host. We basically will grab all the footage and I'll put it into the template that's already created. So it's, and if we try a different beer this time, we're just going to change the writing.
Right.
So it has science facts, it has brewing facts, it has history all built into the show. So we talk about going back to Munich and hundreds of years ago. This variety of beer originated based on this culture. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
got a bit of everything that people like. So it's educational, but people don't realize they're learning. We're just talking about beer.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is why it's so cool. Your friends and neighbors. See what a great title for a show.
Yeah,
And it's cool. It's like
I like that.
everyday people doing awesome things. Like
Try to.
who's we've had her in several times, and she's lived in Alaska. She's written.
Oh,
books.
Ellen Varick.
Ellen Varick has done, I think, 3 episodes.
Wow.
She's amazing.
She's a really cool woman.
She'd come in anytime, I tell you.
She's really cool.
Ellen is.
She's
yes,
had one hell of a life.
She has.
Yes, she has, and and her husband
She's awesome.
too. Unfortunately, Phil is at the Veterans Home right now, but I know Ellen goes there a lot to visit him. But yeah, and she's amazing. The energy that this woman still has at her age. I won't
In
say
her
her age,
90s.
but I know
She said it on the air.
Well, I don't know if she's quite 90 yet. She's
90?
80, she's 80 something.
Wow.
In her 80s, and
Yeah, and she has a
Yeah,
horse that she
because
takes
she's
care
like
of.
the.
That is cool.
It was
She has a
around the
horse. She has to
same
go
age
out
as
there
my
and
mom.
shovel
Wow.
that manure.
Urban.
Wow. That's cool. Good for her.
This is a great salad, Chris.
It is.
So just so you know, to
Delicious.
tie everything back,
Mhm.
you know how you're into all that maple syrup.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Remember when we got the
The
we
buckets.
went to a tag sale and we got the buckets?
Yeah.
That was at Ellen Varick's daughter's house.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
You like the salad dressing? It's good. And the mustard, stone mustard. You put just a teaspoon and mix it up.
Does that refer to how they grind the
Stone ground. It's
Stone ground, yeah.
Stone ground.
That's how they grind down the mustard seeds, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so they're not ground they're not like pureed or anything. They still
Right.
have a little bit
And
of
these
husk on
perfect
them.
wedges, the tomatoes,
Yeah, I was telling
and,
you about
and
that.
the little striations on
Yeah.
the cucumber.
Yeah.
We took care of all that earlier.
Willie was a teacher for a long time. He's using some of his vocab words.
Our what?
Using vocab words.
Reader's Digest.
Oh, they still make that?
I don't know if they do or not.
Oh, I used to make Christmas trees out of those things.
That's true.
And fold them
Christmas
up.
trees out of Reader's
That-
Digest.
Yeah, we used to fold all the pages
Yeah,
and then
that's
spray
right.
paint it green and
Yeah.
take your glitter. You never did that?
Well, that was one of
Do you
the.
want me to just
I
keep it
guess.
like that or something?
Okay.
Well, there you go.
This was having things in print instead of online.
Online.
You know, you can't really make anything out of an online Reader's Digest. Can you?
Take your computer monitor and do something with it.
I don't know if they still do that or not or anymore. I don't know. I had a wonderful thing on Facebook the other day, but instead, when you're making up Easter baskets, you use children's
Anyone
boots,
else?
you know, like the frogs and the ladybugs, and you put all the stuff in those. The kids get a nice pair of boots, and
Oh,
all
like
the
rain
Easter
boots,
bugs,
like
yeah.
those
Oh,
colorful
that's cool.
rain boots or
Yeah.
something.
I thought, God, that's a
cool
nice
idea.
idea.
There's people have lots of creative ideas.
They do.
It's amazing.
I like to eat. I'm always creating
Food, yeah,
food.
that,
Well, that's nothing wrong with that.
oh, nothing wrong
Right.
with that.
Food porn.
That was Dan May. So that story.
Yeah.
So I started cooking with Scuttle 10 years ago at MCLA. Graziana was my professor at MCLA. She's the one that had this awesome recipe for the sauce.
It's really good.
Thanks, Graziana.
It's delicious.
Thanks again. So, Dan May, I started working with him at CAT-TV in 2013 after finishing Building Wild and Nat Geo. 3 days later, I started at CAT-TV, so it was perfect timing. And I was like, wait, I have all these cameras, editing software, perfect. Let's go shoot an episode. It's fall. It's like November. Let's shoot a pumpkin spice episode. So we're in my house, cameras, all that. We're producing pumpkin spice pancakes, coffee, oatmeal,
Right.
everything with pumpkin spice. Not pumpkins, pumpkin spice. And I go in, zoom in with a camera, having had little experience in the past couple of years with cameras, zoomed right in, got a nice shot. It was probably not very good. And Dan's like, food porn. And
That's
that,
awesome.
that little soundbite is at the end of every
Yeah.
Cooking Scuttle episode. And that'll live on through those videos, which is cool. And he doesn't work at CAT-TV anymore. He's got his dream job in Virginia.
Oh.
And good for him, he's doing cool stuff, really awesome stuff. And he's still in every video.
Him and I used to have,
Pillow fights.
yes.
Oh, my.
We would have pillow fights. No, it was, we would have these trivia contests between the two of us about movies and Disney movies. And so one day we couldn't decide who was smarter, right? Because, you know,
He's a smart dude.
he
Yeah,
is.
and you've got an 80 IQ.
I got an 80 IQ of a
That's right, yeah.
chimpanzee. So he said, why don't we decide on a movie, a Disney movie, and we'll ask each other questions about it. And he says, well,
Aladdin.
I went with Lady and the Tramp.
Well, you know a lot about Lady and the Tramp.
I could probably recite that whole movie, you know.
Those are great movies.
Yeah.
And still now? You
Still
haven't
now.
even seen that movie. When's the last time you saw it?
Oh, I don't remember.
You know, I think we're going to take a little break here, and we'll end up your friends and neighbors for now, so we can all finish up our meal. I want to thank you to thank everybody for
All right.
watching us eat.
Yeah,
we're enjoying
that's
it
great.
a lot. And a lot of the food that we ate, when you watch Cooking with Scuttle, or Chris, your show is
Bennington Unwrapped on the Fly.
right,
And in the kitchen.
Or Outdoor Secrets in
Yeah.
the Kitchen.
right. Well, you might see the recipe for different things that we did today. So, thank you very much for tuning in, and we're going to continue to eat. So, here we go. Hey.
Yep.
Awesome.
Clink. Okay. There we go. Thank you.
This time of day, everything's okay. I take a long look around.